Today, we're going to talk about getting creatively unstuck, a few steps you can do to get unstuck, and then a book I read over the weekend that helps you unlock your creativity and just integrate creating into part of your daily life. My name is Serena Alfaro. I am the founder and designer of Nueva Lux Jewelry brand, which I started a little over 2 years ago. And in January of this year, I quit my full-time six-figure job to focus on my jewelry business full-time. In the meantime, I decided to start using my YouTube channel so I can share tips and tricks with you about personal finance and entrepreneurship, different ways to make money, and who doesn't want to earn more money. Creativity is definitely part of this equation, so follow along. I'm going to talk about 5 ways to get creatively unstuck that I use constantly because I need inspiration when I'm designing jewelry, writing blog posts, creating copy, filming TikToks, filming reels, posting on Instagram, posting on Pinterest. Yeah, so creativity is definitely necessary. The first and easiest way I find to get creatively unstuck is to go outside. I mean, go outside for a walk, not playing on your phone, put that thing on airplane mode, put it in your pocket. You can use Nike Run Club if you want to see how far you walk. But I suggest going on a walk for like 45 minutes to an hour to just clear your head, admire nature, admire the people around you, look at plants, look at your city, or I'm lucky I can walk to the beach. It's not the most beautiful beach in the world, but it's a great way to feel inspired and grounded. So go for a nice long walk. If you have to drive to a park or something, do that. If there's no sidewalks in your neighborhood, I'm sure you can figure out a way to go for a walk, but just get out there and get moving and get your blood pumping. This is not a walk on a treadmill. This is a walk outside, okay? I promise you it's different. I have a treadmill. It doesn't do the same thing creatively for me, so try that. Let me know if you take walks to get creatively unstuck and what area you walk in. Don't give me specifics. I'm not trying to stalk you, but I'm curious to know if other people use this technique too. The second thing, this might actually be the easiest one, but take a freaking nap. Again, that's not laying in bed playing on your phone, but just unplug completely and take a nap. Let your brain relax for a minute. If it's already nighttime and you're feeling creatively stuck, go to bed early, get more sleep, get some sleep, give your brain some time to rest, get some synapses firing in your dreams, and then when you wake up, you'll feel refreshed. I tend to be a long napper, so this is not going to be like a 15-minute thing for me, but if you can do 15-minute naps and feel refreshed and renewed, by all means do that. But take a nap, unplug, or go to bed early. Just get some extra sleep in there. Give your brain time to do its thing without you interfering, okay? If you think taking a nap helps you get creatively unstuck, let me know. The third way to get creatively unstuck is a term you hear tossed around a lot lately, but I love it, and that's self-care. And self-care can be any number of things, but for me, it might be a bath, getting my nails done, or going to a spa. Ooh, a Korean spa, that would be nice right now. I don't know if those are open, but just getting away mentally and getting engaged somehow physically. That's why I like going to the nail salon or getting a pedicure or something. Human touch. And also the idea that you can't be doing something else at the same time. I can't be getting my nails done and I'm also on my computer typing or thinking of something to write down or anything. This is a self-care activity where you're not distracting yourself with your phone, your laptop, or a phone, like anything else. Sometimes they have some good shows on at the nail salon. I will give you that much. But the idea is to not be engaged with something, just the activity at hand. Got it? I get my nails done. I'm not going to show you my toes. That's like a different kind of YouTube channel. But even just a little bath bomb and a nice warm bath. And during the bath, you're not thinking like, oh, I need to come up with a creative idea right now. No, your mind is a blank slate. Disengage. Put your phone on work mode. You notice the theme here of like not being like this? That doesn't engage your brain. I promise you. That's not going to help you get creatively inspired or creatively unstuck. So self-care. Do you use self-care to get creatively unstuck? If so, let me know in the comments what self-care activity you would do to get creatively unstuck. And now we're on to number 4. This technique I use to get creatively unstuck may seem super obvious to anyone else, but it works for me. And that's looking outside myself for inspiration. For me, especially when it's jewelry related, I like to look at books. So I'll show you a couple examples. This huge coffee table Smithsonian gem book. It's just all about rocks, all about gemstones. There's examples of jewelry in here too, but it's long. It can take me hours to look through. But I have this in my house, and this is something I use to get creative inspiration from. It doesn't even have to be a giant coffee table book. Like this is another one I use sometimes. It's about period jewelry from the late 1800s. I don't make jewelry like this at all. But that kind of thing inspires me. It can be listening to music that inspires you, looking at paintings, going into a museum. That is like one of my favorite ways to get inspired. Just look at the work of others. See what you can draw from that. That can spark something in your mind, but don't be thinking about your own work when you're there. Just be focusing on what is in front of you. And you'll find some morsels from that, I promise you. The final technique I will talk about for getting creatively unstuck is traveling. So that's not going to be as easy as just going for a walk, but going somewhere new. Traveling doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to get your passport and go on an international trip, but if you have the means to, that can help too. Just go somewhere that's new to you. Experience something totally new and immerse yourself in whatever that is. That can be a different city, trying a new restaurant that you have to take a trip to go to. It can just be an overnight stay somewhere or something that just gets you outside of your normal routine. But I think traveling is a great way to get creatively unstuck. And if you have the means to actually book a plane ticket somewhere, do that. But if not, this doesn't have to be a super expensive 5-star resort getaway. But traveling is definitely a great way to get creatively unstuck. And now that I've exhausted you with all my ways to get creatively unstuck, I'm going to recommend a book that I read over the weekend. I've heard about this book so many times. I don't know why it took me so long to finally purchase it. But I think anyone and everyone that has to use creativity in their life should read this book. I'm late, okay? I'm late. This is not a new book. Steal Like an Artist. I read this book in one sitting. It's a New York Times bestseller, so I'm obviously late to the party. I tend to be like that sometimes. This book was written in 2012, so I'm only a decade behind. Mind you, I watched The Wire like 18 years after it came out, so I like to be behind the curve in certain things. But Steal Like an Artist by Kleon. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. This book is jam-packed with morsels. I don't want to give away too much and infringe on copyright laws, but I want to, I don't really want to even show it to you. Go to a bookstore or go to your local library and look at this. But this book gives you basically 10, I want to say, what is it? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like 9 rules to use about creativity, and gives you examples of how you can integrate creativity into part of your daily life, and the importance of finding inspiration from other artists in your field. Steal like an artist, okay? And that doesn't mean copy someone you admire exactly and pawn it off as your own. That's not what it means. But this is an easy read. Short sentences, just my kind of writing. There's really cute cartoons in here. I don't know if I'd call them cartoons, but there's really cute drawings in here. 10 things nobody told you about being creative. Steal like an artist. Read this book. And look at how tiny it is. It won't take up that much space. I actually don't just read it. I think you should buy it. And maybe keep it. Or maybe, you know what? Pass it along to someone else. There's 10 rules in here. 9, 10. What did I say earlier? 9 or 10 rules. But this, I can't recommend this book more. I bought all 3 of his books at once, and I'm in the midst of reading Show Your Work, which talks about documenting your work and sharing that with others. But this is not a book review YouTube channel. Well, maybe it will be one day, but highly recommend this book. I'll put a link to it, obviously. So let me know what activities you use to get creatively unstuck. I just give you 5 that I use constantly. Did any of those resonate with you? Am I missing some? Let me know in the comments. And of course, like always, like, comment, and subscribe.